For Acura, 2024 is the big year when they come out with their first battery electric vehicle. It is built in Spring Hill, Tennessee, alongside the Cadillac Lyriq, built on GM's Ultium platform. Details on it have been pretty scant, but since the Acura Lyriq, which it's based off, is coming out this year, and in fact it's already in production and orders are starting this month, we have a lot of information starting to come out about not only the Lyriq, but of course its rebadged sibling, the Acura EV. And the big news coming out now is massive horsepower. Over at Autoblog, 23 Lyriq all-wheel drive trim makes 500 horsepower, tows 3,500 pounds, which is the same as the rear-wheel drive model. We knew the power outputs, and don't worry, we'll get into the spreadsheet in a little bit. We knew the power outputs for the rear-wheel drive model, but just now we're getting some clarification on the all-wheel drive model, and that will be available later this year, the end of 2022, while the rear-wheel drive goes into production right now and orders are taking place right now. But we got this information from Instagram Q&A where Acura was talking about the Cadillac was talking about the upcoming Lyriq. We knew it was going to have 300 miles of range, but in the Q&A, we're getting an adjusted 312 miles with the rear-wheel drive model. The battery pack is 100 kilowatt hours. DC fast charging is 190 kilowatts, which isn't as fast, let's say, as some of the German vehicles. Well, those also cost more in just about every scenario, or from the 800 volt Koreans with the eGMP platform. But solid numbers here: 75 miles in just 10 minutes on ideal charging on a level 2 at home. Once you have that installed, you can get 54 miles per hour. So heading on over to the spreadsheet, you knew it was going to happen. We're going to head on down to the bottom, and I could definitely speculate on the Honda Prologue because that will be built on the Ultium platform as well, more than likely in Mexico. But here we are. Here's the new Acura. I'm just going to call it the Acura Lyriq at this point in time. Cadillac Lyriq and throw in Acura because we just don't have the name for it. So you guys will probably know what I mean when I say Acura Lyriq, right? Anyways, starting with the base model here, we have 5.5 seconds. That's just my guess on how fast it'll be. 340 horsepower, 100 kilowatt hour battery is just massive compared to its competition. It outweighs them all for sure, but the iX from BMW. But I don't know if this is the full battery pack or just the usable for the iX, where the 100 kilowatts is supposed to be the usable for the Cadillac vehicle / Acura vehicle, meaning it has an even larger battery than the 100 that you see. 312 miles on the base model with 275 as my guess for the all-wheel drive model. And I think Acura with a 500 horsepower all-wheel drive model, I think they'll give it the Type S badge. It would only make sense to me. I'd love for them to call it the Legend. I know that's a bit sacrilegious that it was, their great sedan that the brand started on, but look, they brought the Integra nameplate back. They can bring back the Legend if they want to as their flagship two-row crossover. And right now, Acura really doesn't have, because the NSX is canceled, they don't really have a flagship vehicle until a new NSX comes out that will be fully battery electric, probably around 2030 would be my guess. But until then, they would benefit from having a Type S all-wheel drive 500 horsepower. Right now, the Type S MDX, I love that car. It's a great three-row crossover, rides like a dream, and now handles extremely well and has a very potent 355 horsepower turbocharged 3-liter V6. But this has an additional 150 or so horsepower, and it's going to absolutely smoke that vehicle in a 0 to, I think my 0 to 60 was around 6 seconds with the MDX Type S, and I thought that was very quick for a large SUV. Well, we're probably talking mid-4s here for this Type S all-wheel drive Cadillac Lyriq Acura vehicle. But the rear-wheel drive is no slouch either. My guess around 5.5 seconds, which competes well with the RZ450e. The RZ just has a much smaller battery pack with very modest range and even modest charging capabilities, 150 kilowatts. The thing is, for Acura, is this vehicle won't be on the market until 2024. Cadillac is going to have like 2 full years of their Lyriq on the market to have like a head start on the Acura model. And that will give us plenty of time to know whether if the Lyriq is a good vehicle or not. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty dang good based off the specs, the technology that it has. So we're just going to be waiting 2 years after the Lyriq hits the market for Acura to get their hands on it. And our traditional Acura buyer is going to be interested in a GM Ultium Acura vehicle? And since it is a General Motors vehicle underneath, does that mean it has to be serviced at a General Motors Cadillac dealership? Or should you be able to service it at an Acura dealership? You got to remember, like, what are they going to service for an EV? There's no oil change. They can do cabin filter changes as well as tire rotations at an Acura dealership. So I don't think it would have to be serviced at a Cadillac dealership. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. There's more things I could talk about with the Honda Prologue, but I wanted to keep it simple today. And 2 years from now, are you going to be interested in a GM product sold as an Acura? Can't wait to see you guys down below. But regardless of what you think about the collaboration, this thing is packing a lot of power, a lot of technology. It might be the best Acura in the lineup when it comes out. It'll be interesting to see. It'll also be fun to see how this thing will be priced. But anyways, have to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more Acura news updates along the way. And I guess essentially Cadillac at this point and General Motors, because their upcoming vehicles are built in collaboration together. Anyways, got it. Shut it down. See you in the next video. Peace out.